Is it good to be back?
Great, always.
Always. Is this your old stomping ground?
Yeah.
Many a good time around here.
Fantastic. I've just been reading a book. Somebody gave me a book, actually, as I arrived. Siobhan, actually, from the office. You don't know her. And she gave me this book called Manchester Wheelers, and it's all about the twisted wheel.
Oh, okay.
So it's filling in all the blanks in my memory, because I lived in that place. You
used to go to Twisted Wheel, didn't you?
All the time. In fact, I went a couple of weeks before it was called the Twisted Wheel. It was called the Left Wing Coffee Bar.
Right, interesting.
And it turned into a soul club when it moved to Whitworth Street from Brazennose Street. Then it got a completely soul house policy, you know what I mean? At Brazennose Street, it tended to be, a bit of blues as well and that kind of thing.
Roger Eagle, who ran Eric's, ran it, didn't he? He booked a load of the blues artists and brought them
It's
over.
the place, in short, for the younger listeners, it's where the whole Northern Soul thing got started.
For sure, yeah. And was it attended by all of Manchester's hipster and glitterati at the time?
Oh, without a doubt. And people from out of town. I mean, the all-nighters would be attended by people from London. You know what I mean? Unbelievable, all over the place.
Well, here we are still attracting people from all over the world.
And they used to play that very record that you just played. That I can't let go. But I can't remember who did it first. It was one of these one-off female artists. I think Cynthia Moore or something like that.
I'll check that
one
out.
of them dead ordinary kind of names.
It's great that the Hollies are getting featured in it, because we've all been asked for our favourite Manchester bands and things like that. But the Hollies name has come up again and again and again, as well as Joy Division of the Smiths, because they're just such an important feature of Manchester music.
Yeah, but what about Wayne Fontana and the Mind Bloody Benders?
Well, they weren't.
Well, I think Wayne might be in. I think we've got to shout of approval then, do we?
We've certainly got a mind bender in, if not Wayne.
Everybody in Manchester music was in Wayne Fontana and the Mindbenders at one point, weren't they?
That's right, yeah, but they were a seminal band. They did the best version of Roadrunner since Bo Diddley. After Bo Diddley, there was only their version. On the other side of Hello Josephine.
I've only seen them once, Wayne Fontana and the Mindbenders, and that was at GMEX, Festival of the 10th Summer, when the Smiths and New Order were on.
They still go around on these 60s gold tours. Right. I went to see one of them at the Cliffs Pavilion in Leigh-on-Sea, Essex, where I live.
Right.
And, younger than springtime.
Oh.
Box fresh. But like the Hollies, they plundered that soul repertoire. Merciless. First time I ever heard any, oh, mom, Major Lance. You know what I mean?
Right.
Top of the charts.
But what about this building? Because you must have, in your Salford days.
Obviously on the way to the match of a Saturday, wasn't it?
Right, yeah.
The bus used to stop the other side of the swing bridge, and that was the way in. That was when you that was like the gateway to Old Trafford, the swing bridge.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You can join us, watch us live online if you've got access to a computer there. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. We've got live blogs, bbc.co.uk/6music. John will be doing 2 sessions today in our Talking Heads Arena. That's at 3 and at 5 to 6. Yeah. So how are you generally, John? Are you busy as ever?
Very busy. I've had a couple of months off, since Christmas, just easing back into the saddle.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
It's a golden period for you, this, though, isn't it? And Arctic Monkeys lyrics and selling out massive theatres.
That's right. I've been slightly lyrically involved in 2 #1 albums, haven't I, in the past couple of years, really, if you count Plan B.
Plan B as well?
Yeah.
Manners,
yeah.
Wow, that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, great, yeah.
Are that generation, was it referred to that generation, people of that generation who discovered you through poetry in schools?
I was on the GCSE syllabus, wasn't I, being rammed down the reluctant throats of scholars on a daily basis. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The idea of the fact, I'm in a position to make people miserable and there's nothing they can do about it.
Hey, you got a poem you can do for us right now, John?
Yeah, I have. It's inspired. I came with a carefully prepared poem.
Did you?
Actually, Stuart, and but I noticed that your seed packet shirt collection has been extended.
See, I think this is...
Has been extended by one.
You're saying this is a Polynesian design. It looks a bit...
Exactly. It's a kind of tone-on-tone foliage.
I think it's a bit... I would have thought it's a sort of Joy Division Polynesian, maybe.
It's inspired by the Hawaiian, in the wake of Blue Hawaii, starring Elvis Presley.
Okay.
So yeah, I wrote this. I wrote about this. That is, I've got to say, I know we're on the radio.
We're sort of on the telly as well, you know. Yeah.
Well, those that have got it in vision as well will know that technically the shirt that Stuart is wearing is not a tiki shirt. A tiki shirt is the correct name for a Hawaiian shirt,
right.
You know, worn outside the pants, short sleeves.
Do you sport a Hawaiian shirt yourself?
Open neck resort collar.
Yeah.
A resort collar? I've never heard that phrase.
A resort collar, they call them over here. It's where it doesn't have a button. It's a compulsory open neck.
Oh, I see. Right. That's what that collar's called, a resort collar. I'm going to drop that into conversation today. Yeah.
Do you ever wear the tiki
Never.
shirt?
Well, this poem here explains everything.
Okay.
Every man has 3 of them. He has 3 of them. And it's always a mistake that the time never comes up where it's appropriate. It's never appropriate, especially if you live in Manchester, obviously. But if you live in England, it's never appropriate. You buy them, you think, you know, you might get invited to a barbecue in Miami Beach. You know, it might drop on top of you, and you might need to wear something that was appropriate. But if that doesn't happen, they're never appropriate. Even in today's relaxed sartorial climate, if you went to a wedding, the wedding of 2 of your most fun-loving mates, and if you went there in a suit, even if you wore a nice suit, you know, a Hugo Boss or take your choice, and you wore a nice shirt and you had a tiki shirt under it, on the way in, someone would take you to one side and say, "Why do you hate these people?"
I've never heard the tiki shirt.
You should show up to their wedding.
Yeah.
You should show up to their wedding in a tiki shirt. You know,
unforgivable.
What have these people ever done to you? They've invited you here, and you show up in a resort shirt. Here's 50p. Go to Sue Ryder's and buy any shirt as a replacement, and I'll consider letting you back in if you say you're sorry. Right, that's what had happened. So it's every man has 3 of these, and every year you go through your wardrobe, you're thinking about what you can throw out, and you get to the tiki shirt, and a whole year's gone by, and you ain't been invited to no barbecues in Miami Beach, and you're thinking, shall I throw it out? But you don't throw it out. And you get to 40 years old, and you get to the tiki shirt again, but what man wants to have this internal dialogue? It's time I threw these out. Get real. You're not going to that barbecue in Miami Beach. And really what you're saying to yourself is, I'm 40 years old. There's no room for this level of colour in my life anymore. So you're never going to admit that to yourself. So you will bequeath those unsuitable shirts to your offspring. Nobody ever throws them out. So this is a work of fantasy. This is a poem addressed to a tiki shirt immediately before throwing it out. But of course, that day will never come, so it's a work of complete fantasy. But this is what I would address to that shirt before consigning it to the garbage. I would say this. And this is, the title is, obviously, it's taken from John Keats' To a Greek Urn. Only this is to a tiki shirt, right? Default chemise of the constant man at ease, unfeasible resort shirt no man could ever fees. A guy would only wear one for a wheeze, till somebody kicks your ass without saying please. What the hell would I do then? Get out of it and never brighten up my door again. Gert, you get out of it. Your loose cachet is showing signs of wear. Get out of it. You make everybody look literally square. You make everybody except for Elvis look like a prick. You make even a monkey miss a trick. Your blistering tropical colours make me sick. Anything would look good on a spick. Your one trick was to crank it up to 10 times 10. Gert, you get out of it and never brighten up my door again. You were a big mistake, you big mistake, you. You got me barred from many a formal do. I'd give you away tomorrow, but tell me who? Who but me, or maybe Mr. Magoo? Or that chimpanzee that died? Or Sean Penn? Get out of it and never brighten up my door again.
John Cooper Clarke.
Thank you very much.
I'm just trying to see here that Can't Let Go by the Hollies while you were doing that. It was written by Chip Taylor, who wrote Wild Thing.
Chip Taylor, Wild Thing.
John Voight's brother. Did you know that? John Voight, the actor, Midnight Cowboy. Chip Taylor was his brother. Oh, and it was in the song.
John Midnight Cowboy.
John Midnight Cowboy Voight. And the song was a cover of blue-eyed soul songstress Evie Sands.
Evie Sands. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Excellent.
Evie, Cynthia.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah, no. So
some chick.
Don't forget. Don't forget. John's doing 2 test sessions here today at 3 and at 5 to 6. Always a pleasure, John. Lovely to see you again.
It's been great.